everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are going thrifting today, so I have quite a few places in mind, so I'm not going to blabber on. I'll put the timestamp right here if you just want to fast forward right to the haul, but without further ado, let's go thrifting. So I'm making over a particular room in my house, and so I thought Goodwill would be a good place to start to look around. This glam tea light is not the style I'm going for the room, but I thought it was cool nonetheless. I also did like this vase though. It kind of reminded me of leopard print, but it was more like a fake cracked look, and so I thought it was cool, but I didn't end up getting it. I did, however, really like this piece. It's not normally my style, but given the space that I'm making over, I thought it would be good to incorporate it, especially because I'm going for more of a warm neutral setting. And of course I had to stop and look at the wooden bowls. This set was $11.99. It was a little higher, but I just had to stop and look anyways. And this bunny creeped me out. That is all I'm saying about that. So staying away from that bunny, I kept on perusing and kept on looking at things that I just thought were really cool. Not particular things that I thought were good for the space that I was working on, but you know, obviously things just catch my eye and I just want to take a gander at it. And although this bell was incredibly cute, I had real luck in the art section. I found this painting and I fell in love with it. It's just a really simple scenic view. I also found these incredibly cute hand-drawn pictures. It seems like it originated from an antique store and someone must have bought them and donated them, but I thought that was really cool. I found some other artwork too that I was just really all about, and so I thought this was a good day artwork-wise. And of course I had to peruse the light section. Now this was a really cool ceiling light, but other than that I didn't find too much that I really liked, so I moved on. I thought this was an incredibly cute Batman piggy bank, and I saw this vase, which I thought was cool too, but other than that, I kind of glossed around and looked around more, but the things that I were finding were not fit for the space, so I moved on. Just truth be told, this is going to be a long haul again, so yes, excited, let's go. Next stop was a barn sale that I found out about on Facebook Marketplace. And as soon as I started to look around, I immediately found one of the items I had been looking for months. This accordion peg rack was exactly what I was looking for, and it was perfectly matched to what I had envisioned. I also really loved this rug, and I wish I had asked what the price of it was, because had it been cheap, I would have probably bought it. This seller had so many great items. I loved the glass collection that he had as well. And there was so much stuff there that I wish I could have brought more home with me, but I had to reel it in and I had to actually really only buy for the space that I was working on. So after looking around quite extensively, I moved on to the other section of the barn sale. I just wanted to see if there was anything else of interest. So I did happen to stumble upon this masher though. I thought it was incredibly cool and just old and unique, and so I got it. I also love bean pots, and so I had to look at these. And after spending a decent amount of time here, it was finally time to leave. This was so good. Reasonable prices for antiques too. It was a long drive here, but I'm definitely glad I stopped. But we have one last place to go, so let's head on over. So as soon as I walked into this place, it felt like Pickers Nation, like that place that I had been to in my last thrift haul. I was hoping it would be the same with decent prices, and it did not disappoint. And this shop was actually hosting an outdoor community flea market, so a lot of the prices were on sale too. I was really hoping that that shelf would actually be for sale, but it wasn't, unfortunately. I also really love that this trap was repurposed into a coffee table. Those coffee tables on flea market flips, so I thought that was cool. I also saw this. I bought this a while ago, and I think it was around the same price at Goodwill. So seeing that made me really start to think if I had just been missing out on places like this because it had the word antique on it, and I just assumed that would be much higher in price. Whatever this place is, or whatever style shop it is, I am in love. And I definitely need to find more places like this. Also, I found this vintage elephant. If it wasn't $45, you best believe that would have been coming home with me. This ceramic canister was really cute too, so I had to check the price. A little pricey for me, so I moved on though. But I will say this was the perfect warm-toned neutral that I was looking for in the space downstairs. I also found this vase. I thought it was really cool because it had that aged weather look, and $18 wasn't that bad, but again, still high for me, so I left it there. And walking around, I stumbled across this shelf that is almost the exact replica of the one that I found for free on the side of the road. And I also found these table runners. They were incredibly cute, and I wish I picked up one or two. Feeling slight regret that I didn't. And I stumbled across more vintage art, which was absolutely stunning and beautiful. And they were roughly around $15, so not incredibly pricey. I imagine with so many items that I wish I picked up, I know I'll be going back soon. Can't deny that this shop had all the things that I love. So like wood items, it had a decent brass collection, and of course baskets. And you know how much I love baskets. So this shop was essentially made for me. I really liked the variation between the items that the vendors brought to the table as well. And while looking around some more, I stumbled across this basket, which was only $7. I thought that was a great price, and I really just loved that it had a handle, and it was a unique shape that I hadn't seen before. And I am in love with this basket tray. It was $18, so I didn't actually pick it up, but I really wish I had. So I am officially done. This was actually a flea market, which I didn't realize. That's so awesome, and I got some great prices as a result of that. I didn't get a lot, but I will say I already had a lot from just the other two places that I went to. So with that being said, it's thrift haul time. All right, so let's start off with the things that I got at Goodwill. And if you're looking around and seeing that this is not my usual area, that is honestly because my area is now under construction. I'm trying to finally get that done. Don't know when it's gonna get done, but let's get started. So first up, I got this bowl. I thought this was so incredible. I really love like this rattan weaving around here. I thought that was really cool. If there's some way where I can get it to a lighter color, I'll definitely do that. I most likely will paint this because I can't sand this down. At least I don't think I can. Oh, it seems like there's like almost like wood underneath it. Probably like a very thin veneer. Something around that realm. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously the rattan is coming up in some areas, the color wise, so I would love to get this to a lighter color if I can without damaging the wrapping or the weaving itself. But I thought this was just a huge, gorgeous size bowl, which by the way, as I'm showing you the B-roll, I'm going to try my best to style it up in a way that I probably would show you. So I really like this one. I thought $3.99 was a pretty good price for this. It's a very large size and just, yeah, great. But I was really happy I got this for $3.99. Okay, next up is this snake plant. I thought this was so cool. It was in the area where the nicer things are, where they price them higher, but I really loved this. One, because I can't keep real plants alive. It's a pretty good replica of a snake plant. I think it's a snake plant. And snake plants are not that hard to keep alive, aren't they? That's what I've been told anyways, but plant lovers, please let me know. This is a snake plant, right? So the little planter, so to speak, is very scuffed up and dirty. So I'll try scrubbing that off as much as possible. But if I can't, I'll probably just spray paint the bottom and I'll keep it white because honestly, I like the white. Like these are just so realistic. Like anytime I order on Amazon, I do not have luck with ordering fake plants on Amazon, so probably not gonna do that again. So this price, this one was $20, but if I bought this in the store, this would probably be closer to $50, depending on what store I got it from. $20 is a little high for a thrift store, but it's not really high, or at least I don't think so for a plant like this. Next up are these dried florals. Now I got these dried florals for a particular project that I'm working on. I'm currently working on my husband's office. He's home until January, and the poor guy has been like just dealing with the mess of the room. Our office guest bedroom combo has been clean for maybe like a week in the 3 years we've been here. Any other time, it's just been a hot mess, and it's been a hot mess since he's been working from home. So now that he's staying home even longer, I actually want to give him a decent spot. But I got these florals because it was actually like drawing all the colors that I was going to work into that office. It's a little smushed. That is my doing. I put it in a reusable bag, but I'll have to like just, I don't know, fluff it out. I don't know what you do with this when it's smushed like this, but I'll figure it out. But yes, this was $3.99, which I think is a decent price for this. It's cute, so yeah, I like it. I struck gold when it came to just like picture frames and pictures. Like I have been looking for really quality, good pictures, and I feel like I don't find them too often, especially in my thrift stores. So this is probably one of my favorite pictures I've ever found at a thrift store before, but it was this. It is actually a hand-painted canvas too, which is amazing. I don't find those too often. So finding this, like I don't know where this is, but I want to go there. I want to go there so bad. Look at this pathway is just so inviting. It's just like, come take a walk. Take a walk in the scenic view. I have to feel like based off of the frame and everything, it's probably a vintage piece. I don't know, I might have to keep this one for myself. This one was $9.99, which $9.99, it wasn't a terrible price, especially when I know that I can just like go to Target and get like a reproduction print in a frame for more than that, like more than double this. So I thought $9.99 was pretty good, and the fact that it's hand painted makes me love it that much more. Like, I'm so happy about this one. So this one was literally just the start of a very good day. So next up, I got another framed picture. I found this on the cart. Now, the paper itself is kind of, it's misaligned, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I can get it back there. I really don't want to take this frame apart because it does have this paper backing. I just really don't want to do that if I have to, so I'm just gonna be like trying to. It probably won't work. I love these pictures of just, you know, simple greenery and simple florals, and that's very trendy right now. I know that Studio McGee does prints like that in their line, and probably other brands as well, but I thought this was just so gorgeous, and the price made me even happier. It was only $3.99 for this, which honestly I'm really happy about that because of the fact that it's just so cute, it's just so simple, it's so lovely. This one was a really good steal. I was pleasantly surprised with $3.99 as that price. So yeah, there was no doubt that this one was coming home with me. Okay, next up, I got some, so let me just show you the first one. The first one was this one. It's so cute and adorable. First off, this, as soon as I saw these, I'm like, these are going in my husband's office. One, he loves dogs, and two, it's very simple and understated. It's not busy. This actually reminds me of my childhood dog, Gabby, but she had a lot of hair like that, and she had floppy ears like that, so. I mean, I definitely was drawn to it for that reason, but it does have some information. It says antique source, illustration by Lucy Dawson, and it says 1930s. And at that antique store, it was going for $35. So it doesn't surprise me at all that Goodwill saw that and priced it for $9.99. But I thought this was cute. This was adorable. I'm sure if my husband saw it, he would love it too. I think he would love it too. You better love it. And the next one is another dog as well, and it's from the same person too. So this is another sketch. I thought these were so cute too. This dog on top has a little bone, which is adorable. I've known these dogs. I had a friend who owned a dog like this. So this one is from actually the same artist, Lucy Dawson, and this one originates around 1937. So again, this one was $9.99. I mean, hand-drawn, on the older side, reaching the cusp of it considered an antique. Yeah, I understand why they priced it at $10. So I thought this was simple and a great piece. So cute! Next up was the barn sale that I went to, and I didn't do a very good job of actually talking about it. I don't know why, but first thing that I found when I first got there, I thought for sure that I would have been far enough away for this to actually fit, and still not. Okay, so if I'm back like this, you can see it. This looks so weird. I apologize. This is a very awkward angle for me, and probably for you. So this, when I pulled up, there was a little area where things were on the side of the road with a free sign, and this one was free, which honestly, I am so amazed. It's definitely broken in a lot of places, but this was a score. This is gorgeous. I love this. The detailing on it is amazing. I'm definitely gonna have to glue things back together, like this is falling off. And the trim detailing, oh no. It's okay. I'm telling myself it's okay because I had to replace it anyways. So it definitely needs a lot of work done, but it's just so gorgeous, and it's just the ornate kind of style that I've been looking for. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this. This was free. I was really happy about this. I would love to find an actual hand-painted image for this. I don't think I could make something awesome for this frame. No, I wish. This would be something where I feel like I need to either order something that's specific, or if I could find someone like a local artist that can paint some kind of landscape, I would absolutely love that. But if anyone knows an artist that does that sort of thing, please point me in the direction of them because I would be forever grateful. So in that same barn sale, I got this, the accordion peg rack. So if you've been here a while, you probably remember the video, and it's probably still my most viewed video, but I bought a peg rack. And I said in that video, I don't remember my exact words, but I said in that video something along the lines of, I remember them not being popular, and then boom, they're just popular again. I probably should have picked up on what I said there because I have not used that peg rack. And maybe if it has a different coat of color, or maybe if I strip the stain, maybe I would feel differently about it. But I still don't like peg racks. I don't. I really, really, truly don't. Honestly, I could probably make a whole video on things that I bought that I regret buying at thrift stores. I don't know if you guys would even want to see that, but accordion style peg racks, I think these are gorgeous. They remind me of like the accordion style clothes hangers. Like, I didn't have a clothesline in my backyard growing up. We had like those foldable clothes rack, and so it had like these sides that had like the accordion style, and I just remember that being set up in our living room downstairs. It just puts a smile on my face. I don't even know why we use that. I don't use clothing racks. I probably should actually. I mean, I love these. And one, these are like always like an homage to vintage, and this is a pure vintage one. This is not a reproduction. So this one is definitely going to replace my coat rack upstairs. I really love this one. This was priced for $15, which I thought was a little high, but I don't know what the going rate is. I showed it to him and showed him the sticker price for it, and he's like, I'll give it to you for 12, because why not? I was like, okay. The person across the street actually was selling stuff too. So, you know, I was like, well, I'm here. Why not look around? So one of the first things I picked up was this. It's just a wood, I believe, masher. I thought it was cute though. It didn't have like the bowl to mash it in, but I thought it was just a cute piece, something that I could easily like decorate with, and I love the fact that it's natural wood. Obviously nothing spectacular, but I thought it was really cute nonetheless. It looks like it's been through the ringer, so to speak, but I love that. And the seller gave this to me for $2, which I didn't think was a bad price at all. $2 I thought was pretty cool. And the last thing that I got from the second barn sale was this huge book. So first off, I picked it up because it's a huge book. It's a great coffee table book. This material too, like it feels like a more of a burlap material. I mean, it's older for sure. I don't know how old. Okay, so yeah, 1953. So it's an older book, as I imagined it would be. It definitely smells older. 1953 is pretty cool though. This is a really sizable, substantial coffee table book. The price though. So I was willing to pay $20 for this book. And you know, I went up to the seller and he was like, $5 for this? I was like thinking to myself, I'm sorry, what? 5? I was not expecting 5. I really was not. $5 though. Incredible steal. I am really happy that I got this for $5. That was probably one of the best buys of today. So the last place I went to was the antique mall. The very first thing that I found was this brass crane. I didn't find its partner, unfortunately, which is what I was going for. I am not collecting a whole zoo of brass animals, although I do have brass elephants too. This was literally like the last piece of my brass animal collection that I'm interested in collecting. So I found the one crane. Unfortunately, I didn't find the other crane that is kind of like, you know, it's got its head down. This one was only $4. So to find this for only $4, I'm like, that is amazing. I feel like I have just struck gold. So the next thing I found was this brass pitcher. I love etching on brass itself, so this was a cute piece, but this one was so pretty. This didn't surprise me at all as far as like $8 for this. I mean, because it's brass, I always kind of give some leniency there. I was happy to pay that because I think it's cute and adorable, and it'd just be a great shelf piece. Next thing I found was this little basket with a handle. So incredibly cute. So we should just assume no matter where I go or what kind of haul I have, it will always include some kind of basket. I'm sorry, but this one was so cute. I love it. It's not like a shape that I have. I think this one actually is gonna go into my husband's office as well. So I think a string of beads coming out of this would be really cute. I think it was $7 though, if I'm not mistaken. I was happy to get this one. Last but not least is this book on antiques. I just thought this was really cute. Again, a pretty decent size. This is one of those coffee table books that you want. Me personally, these are the type of coffee books that I want. I want a coffee book that you can actually pick up and look at. I pick up a decent amount of books that are just for decorative purposes. But when it's out and about, just out there, I really want it to be something that you would actually want to peruse through and look through. So this one was $5, which I think was, again, a decent price. My Atlas obviously was $5 as well, but I mean, considering this was at an actual store, I think this was a really good buy too. Costume change? Just kidding. I totally forgot to record an outro, and so this is my outro now. I'll keep it quick though. That was obviously it, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, or if you just really liked this video, definitely make sure you give it a thumbs up. And so if you're new here and this is the first video you've seen, this channel is now all about thrifting. I love to go to thrift stores, flea markets, anything and everything in between to try to thrift, save the items that I can, and as much as possible, save those dollars. And so if that's something that you're interested in and you want to come along for the adventures and see what I find, definitely make sure you subscribe. But I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Let's start off. Interrupted by the beep. Ah! Like, makes me love it! Talk? Can you talk? Talk? Okay.